Dari, hello. It's Thursday, October 13th, and we're down in the basement in Marcus and Agatha's cave here in Lausanne, Switzerland. This is going to be a short video about tyres and about preparing your bicycle for the winter. Something that's just been forced upon me due to a puncture that was sustained yesterday on my now only bicycle, which is over there. It's actually my only race bicycle, road bicycle, everything bicycle, now that the other bicycle has been stolen some months ago. And so although it's a carbon only bicycle with a very unusual fixed seat post, that's the way it is. Anyway, so what happened yesterday? Well, not that interesting, but my super lightweight wheel, which you can see here, sustained a puncture just before coming home. In fact, I had to ring for assistance because my bicycle pump, which I've subsequently thrown away, didn't work. In fact, it deflated what was left of the tyre. This is a sort of super light Mavic Arcis SL wheel. The front wheel is probably no more than about, I think it's about 580 grams, something like that. So it's ultra light. It is not a carbon wheel, but it's one of the lightest clincher, i.e. non-tubular wheels around. So we had a puncture yesterday, and it's forced me to get the bicycle ready for winter. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to fit a different wheel. So that's the Mavic wheel, which is ultralight carbon spoked. If you come over here, you'll see that this wheel here is the Dura-Ace C24 wheel. It's slightly heavier, but I do feel it's much more robust. The spokes are metal and not carbon, as you can see over there, and filming with a lot more confidence. But then the big question is what tyre to put onto the wheel. Now, in general, you can put a whole range of different widths of tyre, and in front are the choices. I'm just going to envisage and which one I'm going to put on and for which reason. So the tyre that broke yesterday was a 20mm GP supersonic tyre, which is this first tyre here. You can see that. That's in focus. Anyway, that's the first tyre. Now that's 20mm, i.e. 2 centimeters wide, 150 gram tyre. It's very light, and I think it blew yesterday because of a puncture that was sustained as a result of a stone getting caught into the tyre surface on our Sunday ride, which went off-road a bit. I didn't want to go off-road, but I was just following everyone, and I thought it was a bad idea at the time, and I think that's what caused the puncture. So next to it, we've got the Grand Prix 4-season 25mm tyre, which has got like this tyre here, and that's got two layers of protection here, puncture protection, and at the back we've got the 22mm front GP Attack tyre. Now I think the GP Attack tyre is probably going to be my new all-round race tyre, general purpose tyre for the summer. It's 22mm wide at the front and it's 24 at the back. So you have to buy a pair of tyres, and they're differentially sized in terms of width. But for everything else, I think the new tyre is going to be the Grand Prix 4-season tyre, 25mm. And here is one I prepared earlier, or rather it's the one that Agatha got with her newish bicycle. So you can see, hopefully, Grand Prix 4-season 25mm Vectran breaker. So it's really quite a solid tyre. It's I think still under 250 grams in terms of weight, but it really feels solid and tough, and you get the feeling that isn't going to let you down on a cold winter's day. So I think this tyre is unfortunately going to be thrown away. I've had enough of the 20mm tyres, which are very thin and fragile, and the supersonic does fall into that category. Continental do make some 20mm not super flimsy tyres, and in fact Agatha has one on her bicycle. Let's look at that. So she's currently running, I changed both tyres recently, her summer tyres if you like, and they are Grand Prix 4-season 20mm tyres, but they're so much more substantial than the Grand Prix supersonic. So this is turning into a bit of a Continental advertising video, but I think it is because I think we do trust Continental more than any other brand. But even once you've decided on the brand, you have to decide on the thickness of the tyre and what it's suitable for. And one last thing, you might say, well, what's the difference between 150 grams for the supersonic and let's say 250 grams for the 25 mil Grand Prix 4 season tyre? Well, they do feel very different to ride, not just in terms of the comfort, but in terms of the grip, and also the weight does make quite a bit of difference. If you can imagine an extra 100 grams spinning on the edge of a wheel, it does make quite a bit. It's quantitatively different when you're trying to climb steep hills. So yeah, it does make a difference, and the Supersonic is still the most beautifully smooth tyre to cycle. But I think in the future, the lightest tyre I'll be putting on will be this Grand Prix 4000 20mm tyre. I think as an all-round tyre, the Continental GP Attack 22 front, 24 rear is a good combination. And for winter time, or probably anywhere in England, for example, because the road surfaces there are shocking compared to here in Switzerland, I would go for something like this Continental Grand Prix 4 season 25mm. You could even go up to 28mm, but I think 25mm is sufficient, I would say. Maybe 28mm in the winters and 25 in the summer. So I hope you enjoyed that dissection of different Continental options, but it's time now to fit the tyre, so it's going to be on the C24 Dura Ace Continental Grand Prix 4 season 25. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you later.